fighting out of the blue corner with a flawless record of 2 wins and representing Precision MMA and Premier MMA, fighting out of Camberley, England, he is Nick Bagley. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner with a record of 2 wins, no losses, 1 draw, fighting and representing TFC from Gravesend, England, he is Gurd Shergill. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Andy Nichols.
With a huge crowd behind him here all the way from Gravesend tonight, out of the red corner, Gurd Shergill, undefeated from DFC. Tonight he takes on Nick Bagley with 2 wins to his name as well, from Premier Martial Arts as well as Precision Martial Arts. Bagley immediately in to try to get his man down, and nearly with a successful back take here, Dave.
Yeah, Gurd desperately holding on to that whizzer. I think difficult to see from our vantage point, but back in danger here, as you mentioned. Looks like he's going to get it, might transition to the body triangle.
And Bagley like a gorilla on there with a great level of control and grip. It's early in the fight and the traction is excellent.
Yeah, Gurd really needs to let go of that head, Chris. In this position, it's not advantageous for him. Just enables his opponent to put more pressure down. I say that he does it. Great pass from Bagley though. Looks very calm and insured in top position.
Excellent work from Bagley there. Walks himself along, keeps his weight down, but a great little adjustment from his opponent off his back to try and catch up half guard here. Look at him grapevine in with his right leg as Bagley looks to try and set up what could be a head and arm choke. He'll use that to try and pass, and he does. Excellent work from Bagley there, jumping across. He's got options here, and one of those is to stepping him out. Nicely done from Nick Bagley.
Yeah, fantastic work from Bagley, and you mentioned it in the earlier fight, Chris. Sometimes you got to know when to give up on a submission. He knew he wasn't going to get the arm triangle, so rather than give up position, he takes the mount, and now that low mount there.
Shergill finding inspiration from the crowd here in attendance. Gets back to the upright, but gotta watch your neck. Bagley going to work. Bagley concedes what was nearly a takedown, but then shifts his weight. Great stuff. Sprawls, and then again looks to try and catch a choke. I like the unorthodox neck attack from Nick Bagley, a guy who's normally known as a striker.
Yeah, fantastic work from Bagley, and he's used that head wrap on a number of occasions. You can get a neck crank out of it. Luke Rockhold, Michael Bisping springs to mind, and again he's looking for this arm triangle. He's come off.
Side choke set up here from Bagley. Bagley doing the right thing here. That choke will come on kind of slow at first, given his position, but then again he aborts. I like it though. You make your opponent at least fear the submission, and then that allows you an easier slide into mount. Well done for Bagley.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at Bagley for giving that up, but you know, only he knows how close it was. But it wasn't as if Shergill was, you know, answering the phone or doing any of the traditional defenses to it, but Bagley obviously felt it wasn't there.
Excellent chin strap control from Bagley there, and then we're back on the feet. The fanboy in me wants to see these 2 kickbox, but Bagley doesn't seem to want that. Inside trip for Bagley.
Beautiful, got those double unders, got the inside trip. Oh, I just thought Shergill was going to go for a leg lock there, but fantastic round overall for Nick Bagley, has to be said. I mean, you were surprised. You mentioned usually a striker, but wow, Chris, fantastic ground control there. Couple of takedowns, threatened with submissions when he was on top, the mount position. And what that's going to do, obviously, Gurd Shergill, a guy that was probably expecting Bagley to come out shooting on the feet. Now he's going to be wondering in the back of his head every time Bagley, you know, feints or looks different, he's going to be thinking, oh, I've got to wait and watch for that takedown, which is going to affect him on the feet now.
They have been hard at work on the wrestling over there in Harrow. So Bagley certainly being successful with those takedowns, as you highlighted, David, will be able to now use full body feints and such to try and psych out Gurd Shergill. On the flip side, what has Shergill got to do there? He looked to me like he wanted to strike at first, but Bagley didn't really allow him to get going.
Yeah, I think Shergil, you mentioned the crowd coming in, he had a lot of support and he was a bit over-aggressive, Chris. He just chased his man down a bit. He's probably better off just taking the center of the cage and having a bit more lateral movement, I think, if he wants to keep this one on the feet.
The second round here tonight at FIGHTSTAR 8, live from London. Chris Huckster alongside Mr. David Leatherby to host the proceedings, and now we're going to see what we had hoped for as Bagley starts to use some of those beautiful front leg roundhouse kicks. He's very, very good with the front leg. You see him throw a lot of front leg side kicks, but a huge belly to back technique, and Bagley takes his man down.
Yeah, credit to Bagley as well. He came out through those few strikes, Chris, and then completely switched it up. Got suplex, obviously an extremely strong individual, but as you mentioned, been working those wrestling fundamentals because it was going on the double leg, that Shergil initially defended that set up that attack in the scramble. Fantastic work from Bagley.
What capitalization from Bagley. And to me, Bagley really wants to try and establish dominant control here and watch his arms. The big difference right now for Bagley is that he's now in the active guard of his opponent, whereas earlier he was able to negate that. Now we get to see what Gurd Shergil's got here.
Yeah, Shergil just flaring these legs out. Can be annoying, but can also open up for the pass, and as you see that Bagley just trying to step over into the half guard. Shergil doing the right thing though, Chris. He's not flat on his back, but he needs to protect his head. He needs to get those arms off his head, and it's set up a great pass for Bagley again. He looks very fluid on the ground, Chris. I'm very impressed with him thus far.
Bagley now working here to try and sort of nullify the active response from Shergil. Shergil, though, getting back to recover an open half here. That lazy half guard. But Bagley just smothering him. I like it.
Yeah, you've got to do two things in the half guard. You've got to stay off the flat of your back, but you've also got to stop that arm from coming around your head and getting that crossface, and that's what Shergil hasn't been doing. And Bagley's used it time and time again to threaten the arm triangle, to use it to pass, to set up guillotines. All the time that he can just wrap this head up like he is now, he's putting down pressure on Shergil. Shergil really needs to get busy now, get on his side, get an underhook, and just stop that hand from hugging his head as it is now.
The other thing that Bagley has done is he's used this to open up what was a small cut on Shergil. Notice the way he uses his hand to manipulate the head and then come in with a punch, just like that. And I think that already that has spelled a little bit of misery in the DFC camp as Shergil looks to be a little bit overwhelmed here. But Bagley now has been thrust away from the dominant position he had as Shergil nods and goads him on. Bagley with a big hook, Bagley with the level change. Bagley looking for the double and he gets it. Shergil looking for the switch, 10 seconds to go.
Fantastic work again from Bagley. It's all about setting up those strikes and then shooting the takedown. That's what he's done twice in this round, and it's going to be enough for another round in the books for him. Great work. I was going to say, because when he came back to his feet, Bagley did look quite tired, but, you know, Shergil's been on the bottom position for 2 rounds now, and he's going to be exhausted. So a big uphill battle now for Gurd Shergil to get back in this one.
Shergil, though, showing a little bit of a second win there. He looked to try and take down Bagley. I mean, he has absolutely been pushed to the limit by Bagley. But you can't question the heart, the grit, and the determination of Shergil at this point. But Bagley doing a lot of things right that round. I like the way he even helicoptered around to stay on top at the end. A very determined performance from Shergil, but probably enough for Bagley here to make it 2 in the books. David, your assessment?
Yeah, certainly, and I think you make a great point there about Shergil looking for that takedown, and I think that's what he's going to have to do in the third. He's going to have to change it up because he can't get a read on Bagley on the feet, because just as he starts to get involved in the exchange, Bagley's shooting in and taking him down. So for me, Gurd Shergil's got to come out in this third, and he's got to get his own takedown, and let's see what the guard of Nick Bagley's like.
Andrew Nichols in charge, the third man in the ring here tonight, live from London. It is the final round here scheduled between these two here tonight at 145 pounds. Nick Bagley and Gurd Shergil, both with 2 wins apiece. Bagley back to the takedown.
Beautiful, straight in on that double. Great level change from Bagley. Shergil just really finding it hard to get any sort of sprawl or read on it. Bagley's getting so deep on these takedowns, Chris.
And more importantly, he's setting them up correctly. It's at every time either Gurd is out of position or in too deep, Bagley catches it and effortlessly takes him down. I think that's been his most improved element of MMA is the wrestling. And Shergill's feeling it here tonight. Look at the float here from Bagley. I mean, he's certainly flirting with the idea of a back take, but he's also using the weight of conventional wrestling, and I like that.
Yeah, credit to Shergil to get on his feet, and now he's got the takedown that I mentioned he might need to look for. Let's see what he can do in terms of offense here. Puts his opponent up against the cage. Can be beneficial and unbeneficial in a way. You know, a lot of people will use the cage to wall walk and get up, but you can, you know, pin a head down almost old school Tank Abbott style and pound away on guys. But a lot of the, I say that, maybe Bagley looking for some sort of flower sweep, some crazy sweep there. Now going up high, maybe looking for some sort of rubber guard. Maybe an armbar here.
Yeah, I think it was the armbar he was looking to set up that spinning arm lock attack where you underhook the leg. But I like the different looks. The best guards never stop moving. And you're seeing that attack right now from Bagley. The corner, though, calling for him to stand up, though. I don't think they want him here.
No, I mean, I mentioned that Shergil would have to see what the guard is like at Bagley, and it looks very, you know, very active, Chris, from what we've seen so far. He's not had any submissions that have stuck, but he's got a high guard. He's looking busy. As you mentioned, though, his corner, I think they know the blueprint to win this fight, so they're keen for him to get up. Needs to get on that underhook on this half guard.
And this would be a huge turnaround for Shergill as he looks to establish himself with a ground and pound assault here. Shergill with some heavy pressure looking to try and step around those legs. Bagley adjusts his hips and prevents it. Full guard for Bagley. Shergill looking for something here. Not much time to work. The clock is running.
You have to say, credit to Gurd Shergil for continuing this fight, Chris, and pouring it on. As you mentioned, he probably needs to finish the way it is on the scorecards, but, you know, he's getting busy and he's looking for it. I thought he was flirting with a leg lock attempt there. He's really given it everything he's got. What a warrior.
Absolutely impressive. Gurd Shergill digs deep and pours on the octane here to try and steal it from Bagley. And Shergill was busted up in the second round. A nod here from both men. Mutual respect, no doubt earned on both sides between the two athletes here in center ring tonight at FIGHTSTAR 8. But there can only be one, David. That was a strong third round from Gurd Shergill.
Yeah, it certainly was, and as we always say, it's impossible to fully judge a fight from a commentary position. The only guys fully equipped to do that are the guys cage side here that are looking specifically at the fight. They're not eating a curry in between. They're not sending a message on Twitter like some of the fans are. They've had a close look at it. I think Bagley will have done enough in the first two rounds, but you know, you never know.
And we will do the mathematics here and get the numbers in. Mr. Buddy Johnson brings the decision your way here tonight live from London at FIGHTSTAR 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to our judges. And your winner by unanimous decision, Nick Bagley.